I mean, I'm a very harsh critic. I will be honest with you. One of the I think All for Nothing is my weakest. That I would say that it's hard to go through multiple times.
Funny that you say that like All for Nothing wasn't exactly your favorite. That one is actually one of my favorite. Mike takes the lead usually on that one, but it's such a fun jam to play, and I feel like for like in a live sense, like at a show, that song's a lot of fun, and I think people kind of vibe to it.
You know what? Just for you guys, I will listen to All for Nothing right now to make up my mind. With you guys, I can share the screen. That way you guys can hear it too. All right, ready, guys?
Ready?
All right, here we go. All for Nothing. Yep, I was fucking wrong. That makes sense.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
You're listening to the Media Man Dan Podcast. Promoting people with passion all over the globe. Interviews every weekend. Album reactions every month. This is your host, Media Man Dan. Let's rock!
What's up, guys, and welcome to the Media Man Dan Podcast. Today is an absolutely epic day. Another amazing band from the area of Southern California has joined the podcast. This time, we got Where It Lies, one of the greatest metal acts or hard rock acts, depending on what part of the song you're listening to, that you can hear in the area, with one of the best producers. We already know him, Brad Berry, Birdberry Music. Always give him a shout out. Thank you guys for joining me for the first time on the podcast. It is an absolute honor and privilege to have such an amazing band here with me. I have Tony and I have Mike, the original founder of the band, that are here to talk about this incredible music.
Hi.
What's up, man? Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having us, man. And oh man, talking and hyping us up. I was like, ooh, so nice. Very humbled and honored to be here, man.
Business.
Oh yeah, like I said, man, turns on right away.
Heck yeah.
All right, so my first question of all, it's an easy one for you since we have the founder here. Why was it called Where It Lies?
That's a damn good question. I think we're still trying to figure that out.
I think it's a golfing term, isn't it?
In a way, like play where it lies.
Play where it lies.
It kind of just came to me one day. I was just trying to think of a cool name. Like As I Lay Dying and stuff like that, you know. And I don't know. I was stuck between Here It Lies or Where It Lies. And for some reason, I just thought Where It Lies sounded really cool. But it's I think life has given it meaning ever since. You know, like as you go on through life, you don't get redos. You don't, not at least not always. You know, you kind of have to just keep going, no matter what happens. Like in golf, you know, wherever the ball lands, you got to play where it lies, and such in life, you know. And that's kind of where it's kind of become now, the meaning of the band. But when it first came to be, it was just like, I think that sounds cool. It kind of reminded me of As I Lay Dying and like some other, I forgot what other bands I was thinking of, but yeah, that was just kind of a random like name.
Well, I love it, and I'm glad that you guys brought up the golf term of it, because for the first music video of this incredible band, they're playing not only at a awesome graffiti park, which is one of the most epic looking videos you could find on the internet. I mean, I love epic graffiti art all around punk, metal, hardcore, all of that. It fits there. But not only that, they're making an epic game of mini golf seem like the most exciting part of your day. Like, I love mini golf, and I was enjoying that. I watched the video 3 times. I was like, hell yeah, this is great.
That was a fun video to film. That was a lot of fun.
you have little bits and pieces of what you currently are in there. And then you also have these choruses that get so stuck in your head, it's impossible to find anything wrong with them. Like, I was
thanks, man.
in love with it.
I can find a couple things, but I'm glad you can't.
So how did that shooting process go?
I think we first tried to contact Castle Park, which is a golf course right here, and it's also like a small amusement park. And we tried to contact them about possibly doing a music video there, and what kind of either licensing or permits we had to get in order to be able to do it. And man, they wanted like it's like $10,000 or something.
Dude,
I'm like,
at Castle Park, like Riverside, California. I'm like, hold on, buddy.
Yeah. And that was, if we came with professional production, like
a DSLR essentially.
Yeah. And so we're like, well, you know what? Like, fuck that. Let's just go in with a iPhone. These iPhones now have a really good fucking camera on them.
Hell yeah.
And a buddy had just bought the latest iPhone, and he's actually in the music video. You'll see him. He's got I think the jean jacket and the pompadour and the Converse. And he was the one that let us borrow his phone. He's like, yeah, dude, like, just tell me when and I'll come through. And I'm like, all right. So, yeah, we filmed it all on an iPhone. We were like, I think for like a few weeks, we're kind of just bouncing down ideas. And once we were there, we're kind of like, okay, now that we're here, we can kind of visualize it even better. And as we were going, we were kind of even coming up with scenes. I think one of the scenes that kind of was on the fly was like when we saw these girls walking by. We're like, oh, like if we saw, like, what if we like do this, like these girls walking by with food, but make it look like we're checking out the girls, and then when they go by, we're just like, oh, hell yeah. And then the next scene is like, we're just come up with a bunch of snacks. In reality, we're just like, dude, that food looked good. Let's go get some.
Hot dogs, man.
I love it, man. You guys had a little story that you created from it. It looks like you're having a good time, and that's what I love about watching music videos of bands that are usually up and coming, is like you can see that they're not under that pressure of like, we have to have the perfect shot and I have to have this angle and the color has to be right here, and like I can only imagine those people like argue with each other behind the scenes. Meanwhile, you guys are like, well, what if the girls just happen to walk by and we're just looking at that? See, my comedic opinion, I would have been like, let's make it seem like we're into the girls and then it's actually just their food.
Yeah.
The whole rest of the video is just hitting on food. That would be funny.
Yeah. I mean, I think when it was the first when it came to the first video, I think we were always in the mentality of like, you know what, like I feel like a lot of people in the music in the metal or hard rock community are trying to be tough all the time and trying to like out brutal the next person, and I'm like, let's come out as like, hey, we're just a bunch of fucking dorks having a good time, and it'd be cool if we kind of display that in our music video, like we'll have our performance shots where we could have a good time too, but like kind of more serious, and then just the actual storyline just be fucking hilarious, and just like in the beginning when we all just step out of the cars like it's like a clown car and a bunch of monster cans just falling. Like,
yeah, that was
like
a good idea.
Shit, just do some stupid shit and have fun with it, and we really did. It was honestly a good time, and we still actually did manage to play a little bit of mini golf.
Yeah, we actually got a game or two in.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the shooting location with the graffiti, so that was the one where they were asking for $10,000, not the mini golf course, I'm hoping not, right?
Mini golf course was asking for $10,000.
Yeah.
$10,000?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And, the funny thing is, the graffiti place, I had done a photo shoot there before with a Mother band, and we're like, well, it's kind of hidden. It's like, it's not even there anymore, but it's like this old, I think it was like an electricity warehouse type thing. What was it called?
So it's from like the early 1900s. It was called the Powerhouse. So it used to be a two level like power plant. But this thing was like straight out of like the early like 1900s. And it's not there anymore now. But yeah, man, it was pretty cool. It was basically like a power plant for the times.
So
People
cool.
would go and just graffiti up and go drink and whatnot, just create mayhem. And the people who actually owned it when we went there, we were just like, hey, like, is there any way we could have access to that? Because we have instruments we want to film. He's like, oh, well, you know what? We let me talk to my boss because he's the owner of the property. And what? Oh, okay. We're sorry. We didn't know it was owned by anybody. And he's like, oh no, that's fine. He went and talked to the guy. He's like, yeah, my boss says it's cool. Like just try not to destroy anything or I'm like, yeah, we're just gonna do some quick shots, this and that, in and out. And he's like, yeah, no problem, brother. So after the shooting, like even when we were there, we had a problem with our generators, and he came and helped us with the generator.
Yeah.
I think after it all, we ended up going back and buying the guy like a case of beers for all the help he like.
Yeah, he was hanging out with us as we were like shooting. He's like, "So what are you guys doing here?" We're like, "Oh,
Wow.
music back in the day."
Yeah,
What a nice guy.
Yeah, it was really cool. We got lucky.
We did get lucky for sure.
So my first thought when you guys were saying that it was going to be that much money, I was like, what, did Tony Hawk just like have a tour over in that like skate park area or something? But no, if it's the mini golf course, there's literally no excuse for that. And I'm not going to call them out or roast them, but I'm just like, really? Like, imagine somebody has a birthday party for their Sweet 16 and MTV is like, oh, well, I guess they want to go to a, their Sweet 16 is the most, extravagant thing. So it's like, yeah, $10,000, please, so that you can play mini golf for about 90 minutes.
And I think they thought like we wanted to close the whole place down, or like, no, we just want to come in and shoot these little scenes here and there, not bother anybody.
Yeah.
Maybe it was insurance purposes too.
Pass through, let them pass through. Yeah, but yeah, so I was like, we're gonna have to think of a plan B. And plan this is good. So
yeah, it worked out really well. And because we're talking so long about this journey home is what we're actually discussing here. This is their first single ever. Super fun, super energetic, and you can get a perfect feel for what this band was supposed to be from the start. It's amazing how much of their evolution is all in one song, and it's their first song ever. That's what I love about this band. They've already had talent from the get-go, and one of the things that is so like riddled with talent is Tony's voice. He is one of the most impressive singers that you could listen to, because you will get these songs stuck in your head the moment that you finish listening. It is like there, it's still in my head right now. We were listening to All for Nothing right before this. It's still in my head. It's still repeating over and over and over. So Tony, how long you been singing, man? And what is one of your biggest inspirations or influences?
Man, it's a tough question to answer. I honestly started out on like lead guitar in previous bands. I was never really the singer. But I want to say, maybe like in 2014, 15, I started singing because I just was so tired of like waiting for a singer to get their crap together and just like be consistent enough in a band. I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll do it. And so I hopped up, and then I was in that band for a while and just singing. And yeah, it's been an interesting journey. I've grown a lot, and I'm obviously still like learning. I'm finding the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know. And I love singing. It's been
how it goes, huh?
Hell yeah, man. What was one of your biggest influences when it comes to your voice, and especially your scream? I'll talk about what I think you originally heard, but it is so damn impressive. Your scream is ferocious, dude. I love it.
Thanks, man. As far as my cleans go, like early on, I was going for this like James Hetfieldy,
okay,
meets like kind of like Brandon Boyd meets Maynard, kind of like clean sound. And then like I really got in this band called Thrice. His name's Dustin Kensrue, all-time favorite band, and I really like I like the way he sings, but I think it's more so his lyricism for me. But I do try to I do draw from him. As far as my screams go, it's got to be Howard Jones from Killswitch Engage. He's just got
Ooh.
such an interesting range. You can do some really great lows. You can do some really great highs, which I can do them too. I actually find them a lot easier to do than the lows or just like the way you go like false chord. There's something about like those highs that it just kind of clicked for me. And we
Yeah.
actually have a Killswitch Engage cover, My Curse, and I feel like we perform pretty well. If you ever come out to a show, man.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, My Curse, one of my best songs ever by Killswitch Engage, and it's not just because it's a fanatic, favorite, but it's like the way that song hit me the first time I ever heard it. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Yeah,
This
I really
is
captured
music.
like that metalcore flavor.
Yes, yes. My first impression when I first heard your scream, I was like, Ryan, what's his last name? Every single time I think of a person's name, I forget their last name. Of Demon Hunter,
Oh shit. Yeah, I know you're talking about
Ryan Clark. There we go.
Demon Hunter, dude. I never really got into them, but there's always that song that for me, honestly, is one of my biggest influences. Even just that song influenced me a lot. It's Collapsing.
Collapsing, hell yeah, with Bjorn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Dude, that
God.
song.
I'll have to give them a listen. I've actually never really I think I've heard Demon Hunter here and there, but like an in-depth listen,
Yeah.
I'll give them a listen.
Yeah,
But
I'd say
right on,
that
man.
one. And if you want to get to the screams, like just straight screams and then like an unbelievably catchy chorus, much like you guys have, I would try that song Lead Us Home off of Storm the Gates of Hell. It's one of my favorite songs from them. It is unbelievably catchy and the
Lead Us Home.
screams are ferocious.
All right, I'll check it out.
Yeah,
I've heard
definitely.
a lot of people have actually told me that, and I hear it that also that Tony's voice also reminds them of Matt Heafy.
Yep.
Oh, nah. Yeah, thanks. I've been told that a couple times too, and I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of hear it, and like trying to mimic it more and more. It works.
I'm seeing him live in April with Bullet for My Valentine. I'm looking forward to that show, man.
Oh, that.
They're going to be over in Chicago, and they actually have a couple dates in California. You guys should try to go out as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that'd be a
couldn't say
perfect.
no.
That'd be a perfect day to go and take our flyers and just shove them in everybody's like
Cars, right?
Perfect for my
Yeah.
business cards as
Promoting.
well.
Right.
Yeah, man.
The opener is August Burns Red.
Oh, that's a great band.
You can't beat the lineup, dude. I was like, I literally I bought them on a whim. I didn't even know if any of the guys that I was inviting were gonna say yes at this time. I was just like, got them. And I told the
It's
guys,
just
and
one
they're
of
like, yeah, I want to go.
There you go. It's like, dude, you're coming or you're not. And if you're not, sucks for you.
Yeah, exactly. I'll find a replacement off of the street. Hey, you want to see Bullet for My Valentine and Trivium? What?
He's like, shit, yeah. Some homeless guy. He's like, let's go.
Hell
Nails
yeah.
are like super long and black.
So Mike, what got you into guitar and what got you into music overall, man?
Oh shit. Honestly, I think it started like, well, I mean, and into guitar was I've always actually liked music as a kid growing up. I always asked my dad for like I will. Okay, I think it all it's gonna sound funny, but it all stems from the movie Desperado with Antonio Banderas.
Okay.
That motherfucker looked so cool with that guitar, the shotguns and shit. And but the song in the very beginning, called El Mariachi, like as a kid, I was just like, oh, that's catchy, that sounds cool. And then he goes over there and beats this dude up with his guitar. I was like, fuck yeah. that planted the seed. And soon after that, I asked my dad for a guitar. I think it was like 4 or 5. He bought me this piece of shit toy guitar. I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, I'm strumming it, but it doesn't sound like anything. But I always like I had an ear for music. Then he bought me a keyboard, and I would sit there just hitting the notes, just trying to wondering like, okay, this as I go up higher, the notes go higher. But I didn't know chords or anything. Again, I was still very young, and my dad never thought of like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna maybe get him a lesson or something so he can actually learn how to play it properly or something. But it wasn't until I was in junior high when my friend Junior took me over to his cousin's house where he had I still remember it's a PV bass. It was like a navy color, and he taught me how to play Brain Stew on it. And as soon as all you gotta do is this, that right there is like, all right, I want a guitar. I want to keep playing music.
What is Brain Stew?
From Green Day.
Oh, is that off Dookie?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And
yeah.
it was like it clicked, you know. But it wasn't until and then after that, I learned how to play Nirvana, Metallica, stuff like that. But it wasn't until System of a Down came out with Toxicity, the album, where I was just like, I'm gonna start a band. I want to play like these motherfuckers. Yeah, it's awesome. And I like Metallica, but I only knew really like Enter Sandman and the newer stuff. But once I kind of got introduced to the heavier, like System of a Down was heavy for me, and then from there I kind of like got into Slipknot, and then kind of revisited the new metal. The new metal was the thing going on right there. But then my friend who taught me the bass was getting into like Megadeth and Pantera and all that, and then so we started listening to that, and then that's where I did the switch from new metal to thrash metal and death metal, and then that was just that for many years, and then until recently, I would say I kind of like went back to my new metal roots. Just appreciated that a little bit more, only because that was kind of like a part of my childhood that I really loved. Skateboarding, listening to new metal like Limp Bizkit, Korn, and all that, and then at night times jamming out, with my friend playing music. So yeah, but that's kind of where it all started, and then started a high school band and did that for many years, and then the whole process of things happened after that, but it led me to where I am now, and it led me to Tony. And once me and Tony got together, I was just like, you know what? Now this is where I'm going now. This is the route I'm taking, and man, I couldn't be more grateful and blessed to be on this journey, man. It's been awesome.
Love it, dude. And dude, you were talking about all of these huge bands as like some of your overall style that you were getting into. And I like that you gave us a timeline of that so that you could hear, like, you were like, okay, well, I wanted to get into new stuff, but then I ended up going to the older stuff, Pantera, Megadeth. I'm like, this is awesome, because that's exactly how most guitarists do it. But the ones that like hit them the most are like, oh man, it's Linkin Park all the way. Oh man, it was Korn all the way. It was never anybody else. But you're talking like all these big names, and yeah, System of a Down is probably one of the most technical, like insane bands. Them and what's the other guys? Mr. Bungie, Mr.
Oh, Bungle, yeah. I know what you're
Bungle,
talking
yeah,
Bungle.
Bungle. There you go, Bungle. And
about.
so I was first introduced to them because somebody on the podcast had recommended that, and they're like, it's I can't even explain it, but you just gotta fucking listen. I was like, all right, I'll try it out. And so I was like 5 songs in, I was like, I don't know what I just listened to, but that was cool. And that's how it felt the first time listening to System of a Down. You can actually, I'm going to be putting all my reactions back public so you can watch me react to every single album from them, including the secret one or Steal This album. But I never did the one with BYOB. I really want to do that, but I also hate YouTube. their copyrights suck, dude.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Yes, sir. But overall, I can say that your taste is great, and I love that you have this passion that came from Tony, like something you saw in him. Like it just sparked this overall brotherhood of like, I want to make a band that sounds so kick-ass, and this is the guy that's going to bring us to that level. What was it about Tony's voice or guitar work or anything that you were like, holy shit, this guy's got it?
Well, I already had like some previous songs like recorded and all that. It just didn't have any vocals, and I knew that my vocals, like, I mean, I have some vocals and I could sing like All for Nothing in pieces, but I knew that wasn't it. That like for those songs, cool, but if I want to take this more serious and into like a more um, um, raised direction, um, I needed to find someone that just had I don't even know how to word it, but they have that thing, you know. And I put it on Facebook. I was like, hey guys, I have a bunch of music. I'd love to have vocalists on. If anybody's interested, please message me and I can send you the track. We tied it. Feet. Sorry. And he was one of the guys that replied. And so I sent him the track, which happened to be Journey Home. And so he's like, so what are you looking for? I'm like, honestly, dude, just do what you do. Just go ahead and he had the capability of recording, which was great. I was like, yeah, just do what you feel you need to do to this song. And so he did, sent it back. And after listening to it, I was just like, and I had like 3 guys send me stuff, him being one of them. But when I heard his, I was just like, the melody, voice, the lyrics, like I'm like, it was a total package. And then he's a sexy guy too. Look at that gorgeous. Look at that.
Well, you have to have a sexy front man or a front woman. This is the way that the business works. We all know.
It wouldn't have worked out, even if I had the voice. It wouldn't have worked out. Oh, he's ugly. No, never mind. We don't. We can wait. We can do better.
No, he just had it. He had it all. And I knew I had already known him for a little bit. I know he had some background of playing with bands. So I was like, hey, bud, like, so I love the song. There's just, some things that I would do differently, but how about you come on in? We'll retrack everything and I'll kind of give it the direction that I'm kind of where I hear this going. And then let's see what we end up with. And when we did that, we ended up with Journey Home, the way you hear it now.
Love it, man. And like I said, we already played that song already in this podcast episode, so like everybody's getting the feel like you're talking about it right now. That's the thing. I'm like trying to make it as elongated as I can, knowing that we're on a time crunch. I'm like, I can push it all together. Let's talk about the second single here, which is Still Holding On. How did Still Holding On come together?
I think that was the second song that I like. Remember, I said I had 2 songs that I want, or 2 or 3 songs. Well, that was another song, and I was like, hey, dude, well, I also have this song. It's like, if you like it, if you think if it fits with what we're doing, like, let's give it a shot. And again, he went, did his thing on it. I think we were stuck on some parts, lyric wise, so we kind of both on lyrics went back and forth on that. But it was honestly pretty easy. So it kind of came together very naturally. And yeah, that was just like that one kind of just also, that was a collaboration of us both with that one lyric wise.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. And one thing about Tony too is like what he brought to me, honestly, besides the talent, is just he really, not just me, I think when it comes to the whole band too, he keeps us very grounded, and he knows how to talk to people and how to communicate. I do my best, but I know sometimes I don't communicate as well as I probably should or could. And so just that in itself, to be in a band with someone that like him, makes it so much easier, and you look forward to playing and jamming and rehearsing, and then outside of all that, he's just a funny dude, and he's reliable. And then if I invite him to something, or we're always trying to plan fun shit, and we became real close, like I would say like a brother. And yeah. So that in general just kind of helps with the vibe of the band, like it just, everything is so much easier, and yeah, man, like I don't know what else to say.
Make me tear up here, man. Thanks, bro.
I mean, all that talent and all that is cool, but you also like got to have a person that's a good person, because you don't want to be in a band with someone that might be a good singer and this and that, but is a total piece of shit. You know?
It's so true.
People
So
put up
true.
with that too. It's just for the talent.
Yeah.
No, Tony, you seem like you are a very like good-hearted, like modest man, and you were talking about what you do outside of music, and I just want to commend you for your contribution to not only the education world but also the kids that really need it the most, that seem to be outcasted these days. They always need to have an extra helping hand, and the fact that you're helping the special ed community on the side is a wonderful thing, man. And my fiance, who is constantly trying to improve herself as a teacher, she's also worked with many kids that have had many issues, and so she tells me the ins and outs of how things can go and how things will go. And I know that for myself, I have a lot of patience. I'm a very good guy, but at the same time, I know that there are the limits. And so for you and for my fiance, I give you guys all the credit in the world for, helping all of the kids, every single one of them, to make them feel like their existence overall is extremely important, and we need to make sure that they feel valued in society.
I 100% agree with you, man. I couldn't even say that better myself. There are so many like underserved populations within the special ed community, especially like growing up in the school system. So the company I work for, like, we're still very brand new. But I feel like just in the 2 years that we've been around and that I've been working in the school system, I feel like we've done some good work. Definitely has had its challenges, but it's also taught me a lot. It's helped me grow a lot. It's definitely increased the way I view things, and it's just an inside and out of work. It's funny when I go to work, it's like I'm dealing with my band of special ed kids over here, and then when I have band practice on Wednesday, it's like, all right, switching for these little band of special ed kids over here, and there it lies. So I'm dealing with both.
Yeah, there are similarities with both groups. That's funny.
the ADHD, the low impulse control.
Yep.
Yeah. But thanks, man. It's a lot of fun, and it's very rewarding, and I just want to help people. So
no worries, man. And yeah, joking aside, I mean, you could probably recognize a lot of people's inner struggles that they usually don't talk about or don't even recognize in themselves. Like for me, ADHD is definitely on the plate of the things I've been through, but at the same time, like, most people don't realize that I can switch mood to mood real quick. And it's not just because I'm feeling it, it's because it's who I am, and I've accepted it after a time. I'm like, oh shit, I really got to figure. Nah, never mind. I'll just let it go.
Accept you for who you are, man. Accept yourself, man. We're all a little messed up in some sort of way, but we just get through it.
Yeah, and you got to thrive from every single thing that makes you different in the world. Like, that's the best thing about it, is that we're all unique. We have our own gifts, we have our own abilities, we have our own talents and our own pride and our own passion that we give to every single person. And for both of these dudes, they're bringing all the passion in the world. And though this is going to be one of the shortest chats ever on podcast, I've already had an amazing time so far. And so I want to finish it off with something really, really strong. And I just want to say that this is the evolution that I look for on every single band that is recommended to me. I look for a band that already has the chemistry, gets their sound, figures out writing style, figures out what they can do to enunciate words. There's something about All for Nothing that I didn't notice until I listened to it with them right now, is that there are words there that are enunciated much like Brad of Against the Sun, shout out to them, and he would like that song because it does sound a bit Bradish. Obviously, 10 years ago, as far as I know, that wasn't any influence, but I can just hear that same passion and that same like meaning. You want the meaning to come behind the words. Every single word that you say is not just there to exist. And when you scream, you have perfect enunciation, pronunciation. I love listening to it, dude. And your music overall for the last 5-6 singles have been banger after banger after banger. So, like I said, it's about the big finish, and we got to talk about why you did a Bon Jovi cover.
Oh man, why did we do a Bon Jovi cover?
I think that obviously every band feels like they have to cover a song, right? And when we did talk about that, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was Stevie's idea because
Yeah, drummer at the time.
a positive band, spread positivity, and that song is just screams positivity. It's my life, you know. And so we're like, yeah, we listen to the lyrics. We're like, all right, cool. Well, how can we turn this into a Where It Lies song? And we kind of, took it to the drawing board, and I messed with it at home and brought it to the guys, and we kind of arranged it, and we jammed it, and it felt right, and when we do play it, I mean, whether you're young or old, that song, and so when the chorus kicks in, everybody's just singing it, But for me, importantly, I think it was the message. Not all of our songs really might deliver the message that we are intending to deliver, but that song for sure did. So at least we have at least one song that, like, this is what we really are about. But
It
I think we
embodies
still
your
have,
spirit
but
as a band.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry to
And
go spiritual there.
it's all good, brother.
Let's very much go spiritual. I'm ready to get spiritized right now.
Yeah, so I think that's it. Just came about, like, it's a positive song. I think it means a lot to a lot of people, and it definitely portrays what we are trying to do. So yeah, I think that whole idea really came from Stevie, our old drummer,
And
who
how incredible that the next single that you guys are planning to have as a cover, are you guys doing a studio version, or is it just when you play it live? My Curse.
we just do it live. Yeah,
You do it live. Fuck it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to doing a studio version. I've talked about either doing it like on my own or like, I don't know, like if we want to do it as a group, like we have had a lot of people say that we do a good job. Just
And
saying.
that song, that band, Killswitch Engage, also focuses on optimism, positivity. That song specifically is about love. That's not a common thing for metalcore bands to be singing about. Most of the time, you're pouring gasoline on your on your ex.
that song does go very hard, but it is a very precious content wise type of song.
Yeah. So two for two. If you can find another cover, you guys can make an optimistic album.
I guess that's
little
true.
EP.
Chop Suey in the end.
In the End is
Yeah.
a great one. That's a sad one, but it's a great one.
Yeah, those are songs that we covered live.
Epic. And you guys do Chop Suey live?
Yeah, we have like a big old, like we almost have enough covers because for a while we were actually thinking about starting a cover band just to kind of like make some money and like have that fund the other band. So we learned like a lot of covers and we're like, you know what, let's take some of those and like bring them over. So yeah, like a lot of our more popular ones are like obviously It's My Life, My Curse. We do the In the End, Chop Suey. What was another that we did? I think those are it. Those are like the bigger ones that are in rotation.
For now.
now. We have others that we know, but we haven't really busted them out live, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe, I don't know. We just thought there would be fun songs for people songs that people will know, and then when they hear them, they get a little loose, and then that will make them decide, okay, you know what, maybe these guys are all right.
Yeah,
Love
that's when
it.
we strike.
Love it. All right, final thing, because it is still spooky season, and I forgot to say this, Tony. I think you and I share a birthday, dude.
Oh no, October 10th?
Yes, sir.
Oh no shit, bro!
Yeah,
happy
bro.
belated birthday, man!
Happy belated birthday! 6 days ago.
That's sick. That's sick. What'd you do for your birthday?
I went with my fiance. She surprised me. We got some food at the theater that we go to called Star Cinema, and we saw the new Joker.
Nice.
Oh, nice. That's the one with Lady Gaga, right?
Yes.
Yep.
What'd you think of it?
I enjoyed the shit out of the first two acts, and by the third act, I was extremely disappointed in the choices that they made. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to spoil anything because I've done that enough for people, but I'm such a critic when I look at art, and I was like, first act, why are people complaining? Second act, well, this is perfect. This is great. Third act, oh, here comes the big nigga. never mind.
Nah. Well, I like the first one.
The first one's amazing. Oh my gosh, I loved that movie so much. I still do. I think it's very disturbing. Not a good one to like be like, oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, no, definitely
But
not.
it's really well acted, and I find it as a really cool interpretation of the character that we know, and that's why the second movie. Anyway, so yeah, that was what I did. What'd you do for your birthday, man?
What did I do? I ended up going to a brewery, just a couple people. We had also celebrated Mike's birthday on Tuesday that same week because it was his
Mike,
birthday.
when's
too,
your
in the same week.
birthday?
The 8th.
Holy shit, dude! This is our
Yeah,
month.
Libra babies.
Libra babies, yes.
3 Libras.
Yeah, it's funny. Normally, what we've been doing is me and Tony have been kind of combining our birthdays. We'll go and we'll do a horror nights, or we'll do a party at my place or his place. You know, we'll do something combined. But I mean, both are like birthdays. My like Tuesday and then Thursday, and then the weekends before and after. Like we had things going on, so it's just like, man, like, well, I guess we could just, you know, I think for my birthday, we went to a bar with a pool, like they had a bunch of pool tables, played some pool and had some drinks. And yeah, on his birthday, we went to a brewery and had some food and drinks. He kind of kept it simple this year.
Yeah.
And that's the freshest beer that you're gonna get, straight from the brewery. There's no
Some good beer.
added bullshit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's not coming from a little gun.
Nah, that's not good stuff, man. It was a brand new brewery too, so
Awesome.
definitely kept it chill.
I don't even
classic.
drink beer, but I would try that. Absolutely. If my friends were like, hey, let's go, I'd be like, hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, Oktoberfest, man. It's my favorite type of beer. Favorite type of seasonal beer. Oktoberfest all day.
All right. So now that I was going to talk about October, that's what I was getting into. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, this is going to be a perfect segue. And then, of course, I get on a tangent about birthdays. You guys got my favorite song currently, which is, let me get the name here, Befriend the Monster. How did you come up with this absolute horror banger? This thing is fucking sick, bro. It's like a werewolf attack at the same time. It's got one of the most beautiful howls in the middle of the chorus, and that shit stays in your head for life because of the production.
Thanks, man.
Lyrically, that was all Tony. He came with all that, and I was just like, yes, yes, yes. like that was just the genius of this man right here, man.
I was just like, I'm a big like horror movie fan, so and I like werewolves are my thing. I love werewolf movies. Underworld, I love the whole like franchise.
Everybody calls him Jacob from Twilight, not just because of that.
Do you take your shirt off in every 10 minutes?
Sheesh, man. I wish I had a body like that. Not anymore. But yeah, dude. So I was like, and like Van Helsing and all that stuff. That's like some of my favorite like type of like genres. And you know what? Screw it. Like I kind of wanted to like write a song about like seeing this type of monster, seeing like this kind of like dark part of yourself that's kind of like uncaring and I guess like self-centered, selfish. With all of that, all of those like bad pieces of yourself, there's also like this like kind of like raw power that comes from like not caring. and just kind of like being more so about yourself. But I guess like the negative side of that is that you're viewed as like a bad person. So the song Befriend the Monster is more so about trying to like instead of just kind of like being this like people pleaser or this like shy or scared person, you decide to kind of tap into that darker side of yourself, and you kind of try to get like the better parts of that and try to find a middle ground. The best way I can explain it is like, I don't know if you like a big Marvel fan or anything like that.
Fuck
But
yeah, dude.
okay, there you go. Well, actually, I see the Deadpool stuff there, so of course. But in Avengers Endgame, pretty much how like Bruce like totally.
I don't have it. Oh, it's at Allison's. It's always by me.
But pretty much like in that game, the concept like Bruce essentially like befriended the Hulk, and he was able to kind of get like the best parts of like each other. So that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, man, imagine being like a sentient werewolf that you could just be like, that'd be sick. You know, solve everyday problems with.
Yes. What is your favorite werewolf movie?
Man, it probably has to. I probably has to be either Van Helsing or Underworld.
Really? Most people would be like An American Werewolf in London.
I actually.
Honestly, one of mine is Van Helsing, dude.
Van Helsing is the big hit right now. Okay, I have to see that movie again. It's downstairs right now.
I just love how they took all these different horror monsters and stories and whatnot, and kind of just put them all into one. Man, I love that shit. And then the scene where he's just ripping his fucking flesh off and all that. Ugh. But I don't know, man. We could get into conversations of like, all right, which movie has the best transformation of
Well, that's easy. It's Beauty and the Beast.
It is quite beautiful.
There's a literal scene based on it called The Transformation. That's the whole score for that scene, and it is absolutely wonderful to see the Beast become Jesus. It's just absolutely unbelievable. if you guys don't get the image, I'll put it up so you can see that.
Is that the live version?
No, man, the cartoon version. The way that they made his face look, it is very it's very Jesus-y.
That's true. I think I liked him better as the Beast.
Right? Yeah, I like the Beast as well. I think he's an absolutely epic character for Disney overall. But yeah, so I could say my favorite werewolf movie. I've never seen anything, so I got nothing. I'm so behind on everything horror, but I'm catching up, and I now know that I have even more sources to go to as I continue down this route. Right now, Allison and we finished the Evil Dead trilogy. We've watched season 1 and 2 of Ash vs. Evil Dead. I don't want to touch the new stuff just because it seems too graphic and disgusting right now. So I'm still going on psychological rides, seeing how intense I can handle it. But not Terrifier 3. No way, Jose.
I was gonna say, wait till you get to Terrifier, man. I have to go see part 3 still, but oof, those movies are great.
There's so many morals that I have that I know it's a movie, but I cannot watch it for enjoyment. I have to be like, nope, I'm damning this one. This one's going straight into the pile of Burn the Witch kind of stuff.
Well, if you ever want to hurt yourself, Terrifier, just get into that.
That's the one. That's where you really you disturb yourself. You desensitize yourself truly to every form of violence.
Yeah, 100% actually. Yeah, if you want to come out of that with a little desensitized about gore and stuff, you watch Terrifier.
Yeah, because Saw is like stylized gore. It's like the weird, like shifting, like spinning and extreme neon screen. That's what I've always seen about it. I'm like, that's a cool style. I like that, but I don't like what's going on.
Right.
Just like keep whipping the camera around. I'll watch that all day. But what happens to those people? I'm looking away. No way. My imagination could take flight at that point. I don't even need to see the screen. All right, but okay. So for the finisher, what is your next thing that we got coming? What is what's the plan for 2025 for the incredible band Where It Lies?
Johnny,
Hmm.
I'll let you take that one, man.
All right. Well, we're definitely gonna as a group, like this will be the first time for all of us. We're actually going to NAMM this year. It's the National Association Music Marketing Convention down in Anaheim. Mike and I have always kind of gone in the past, either through along with like Mendenhall Experiment or at the time Goats Art, but we've never really been as like a band where it lies. And this time around, we actually got the opportunity through our bassist Raymond. He has a few buddies that they make in-ears, and we might be able to do an acoustic performance at their booth using their in-ears. So next year we not only have to come up with like an acoustic kind of like deconstructed version of a couple of these songs. We're gonna have a new song come out. We might even be making like an acoustic like EP album too. Like
Yes.
since we're going this route with that acoustic show. But as far as like the beginning of next year, probably drop this new single, hitting up NAMM, writing, maybe even potentially a tour. We'll see. Maybe like a small little like weekend warrior tour. But we don't have too much planned out. We definitely wanna maybe hit the road for the first time next year and just kind of break out and just see what's out there. We're gonna be finishing up this year. This Sunday, we are going to the Whiskey A Go Go in Hollywood. We're being direct support for some buddies in Dark Horse Prophet who checked us out, and we're really stoked. And that's a big monumental like goal of ours that we've always been trying to do as a band. And so it's exciting. It's a really great opportunity. And then after that, as of right now, I'm pretty sure we are going to be finishing up the year, unless something else comes up, with opening up for Trapped over at the district in Redlands.
Dude, you can't have a better end to your year. That's incredible.
That's not a bad setup, right? Yeah, I would be happy.
And you're going
with
to the
finishing
Whiskey
that up.
Sunday?
This Sunday, yeah.
Well, crazy enough, for all you guys listening right now, this is coming out on Sunday for that epicness. We are just going to keep building the hype for you guys. You guys deserve all the love in the world. You guys are going to be with Scarlet Siren for the Trap Show, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're really
Katie was
excited.
talking about how exciting it's going to be, and then I kind of slightly roasted them.
Yeah, it's funny playing with them. But like we're at this point, I was like, you know what?
Music is music. And
Music
it
is
brings
music,
people together, and you can have people of every single belief system. You can have people that completely disagree outside of music, but when you're all at the same show, you're just there to rock. And that's what I love about it, man. And you guys
100%.
have your own spirit, and Trapped has its own spirit, Scarlet Siren has its own spirit, and sometimes it has some witchcraft. What can I say? Fan loves that stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm so excited for the rest of this year for you guys. And then we're ready for the new single that's coming out in January, hopefully. We're going to say that for now. And I don't know the name of it. We will figure out all of the details as it goes on. But I would love to have you guys back on the show this December if you guys are down for it. I want to have a massive collab of every band from the Inland Empire that I can get. I'm probably going to do like 3 separate interviews where I just grab like, you're free. Okay, join in, and then just promote, and then just put it all together, and then
cool.
have that out for Christmas. That's the plan.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, count us in, man. Let us know.
Hell yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Because, I was telling Nico from Breaking Serenity, and he's like, dude, I love that idea. I'm like, dude, we got to make this happen.
Oh,
And that's the way I wanted to finish this year, because it's the second year, and my favorite number is 2. I'm like, make it the best with number 2. And then I'm finishing the year with, let's see, I want to have a big interview. So I'm trying to get as many people as I can to respond to DMs. And I'm just pushing my way in. It's all a pipe dream at this point. I have talked to the drummer of my favorite band multiple times. If you guys have never heard the band Red, I absolutely adore them. Yes. So they have a new drummer. He's easy to reach out to. Everyone else is nearly impossible. So I'm hoping that I can get just foot in the door.
Yeah, hey, keep working it, man. It's I admire your tenacity.
Thank you so much. And I can't handle compliments at all, because every time that I get one, I'm like, wait, is this what it's like? Because when I was a kid, I used to get picked on all the time. So I'm like, now that the compliments flow, I'm like, I did it. But what do I do now?
Sit there and smile like,
Yeah, exactly.
I feel that.
Every time it
Yeah.
happens at work, they're always like, "Hey, I had a great time. Thanks for that. I work at a hotel, and they're like, this is one of the best stays. Thanks to you." And I'm like, "You're welcome." Like I just I'm like
sparkles in your eyes.
inside, yeah,
Adorable.
exactly. It's like the tears just want to roll down the face at that point, and like I'm just gonna hold on to that and think about it. It's gonna be in the back of my head for the rest of my life. Anytime I have a bad day, that's gonna come right to it.
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh,
let us
yeah.
be the next couple of people to say thank you for having us on. We did have a great time. You were an excellent host.
Fantastic. I'm so glad to hear that, man. I'm so
glad
glad that
we-
we made this happen
able
too.
to meet on a date.
What'd you say, Mike?
You know, I'm just glad we were finally able to get a date together.
Yeah,
Yes.
finally make it happen. I know we've been working on this for a minute, so I'm glad we can finally come in here and do it.
And I'm glad we all discovered how close our birthdays were all together at the same time.
That is pretty cool, man. Hey, if you're ever in Cali for your birthday for whatever reason, man, let us know. Let's go grab a beer. If you don't drink beer, it's okay.
Well, I'll drink whatever. If it's I'm not driving, I'll try it. I just have never been drunk before, so don't go too crazy.
Oh,
But
we
yeah,
go.
no, when Self-Inflicted comes back or whatever they're going to call it next year, I would love to be the MC for it. So that's what my plan is to fly out and just hype up the bands live in person. That way people can be like, holy shit, he's not a poser that just randomly ended up on their social media one day.
dude, that'd be
Hey.
sick. That'd be really cool to have you.
I'll tell you what, man. If you make it out to California for that show and we're on it, we'll personally invite you over to, Where It Lies headquarters for a rehearsal and a barbecue, dude.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. And we're going to
Yeah,
watch
that's
the probably the highlights of the Ducks that year, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm
That'd be a
done for
lot
that
of fun.
too.
I'm sure that sounds like a good time.
Hell
I'd be
yeah.
there for that.
All right, guys. For the finisher, what do you guys got? Any other questions, or are we just going to promote the website and links that you guys got? I'll put that in the description, of course.
I want to do an honorary shout out to our other two guys that couldn't make it, Tim Creasy and Raymond Allegre. They're just amazing people and talented individuals, and this band wouldn't function without them. We all play a very important part, and love those guys, and want to do a little shout out for them, so make sure they get a little cred too.
That's right.
And and our sponsors that hook us up so we don't go broke buying all our shit.
And we can sound good because we have nice equipment.
Yeah, and our ladies that put up with the shit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, his wife, and then my girlfriend Jackie, who's actually the lead, one of the clean singers of Breaking Serenity. Yeah, she's been very supportive, and it was really cool to see her because she helped us out as merch start out, and now she's frontman of her own band. So
It's amazing,
man.
dude.
big shout out there.
And a shout out to you as well, man. You're kind of in the same, in a way, you're in the same boat as a lot of us musicians. We're all a brand. We're trying to establish ourselves and make a mark in this world somehow. And you, by doing this, you're helping out. I don't know how many bands you've done so far, but you've been helping
done a
them
lot.
to reach a new platform or a new audience that we probably wouldn't been able to tap into. And it's people like you that are very important, that push and that believe in bands like us, because it's easy to just like hear about this person that does a podcast and then there's a handful of those. They do that same thing with bands, it's like, oh, there's another band, oh, that's cool, but we're in a way where we're both fighting the same battle, man, and we want to wish you the best, and we're really grateful to have you and to be on your podcast. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're
Yeah, man.
welcome back anytime, and I appreciate all of that kind words as well. And just so you guys know, I actually do sing and I do scream. If you ever needed some extra vocals, I'd be happy to join in with you.
No shit. Dude, that'd be sick. Would love that.
Self-taught and singing natural perfect pitch. I'm not gonna, be like, oh, look at me, but I definitely have been told by professional people that is how it goes, and I'm like, yes, I knew it.
That's it.
Gifted.
So you have like perfect pitch, like you can hear and tell
Mhm.
like what notes are what. Oh, dude, that's so cool. I've known a couple people like that, and it's a trip,
Brandon?
like how they can just find it.
Yeah, if I know what a note sounds like, then I can tell you where I've heard that note before. If I hear a similar melody, I will tell you who's going to get sued. There's
That's
so many
dope.
songs that come out these days. Big one that you guys would never know, but the song by Flowers by Miley Cyrus, the way that kind of works for the chorus is the exact same thing that came out in 2016. Tanashi and Britney Spears did a song called Slumber Party, and it's the exact same kind of style, like a reggaeton or reggae kind of thing. And as soon as I heard Flowers the first time, I was like, oh, lawsuit, lawsuit.
What was the song by Britney? It was called.
It was called Slumber Party, and that was with Tanashi, who's currently blowing up for the I'm a nasty girl, nasty girl.
Oh, I see.
Probably pole dancer's favorite song of the year right now.
Right. Tanashi. Okay.
Yeah, check that out. And then the biggest thing I can say right now is that freaking Post Malone. He copied Joe Nichols instantly, and he took a picture with Joe Nichols, so I'm okay with it. But that song that he did with Morgan Wallen is exactly "Hard to Be Cool" by Joe Nichols from 2012. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I hear it. I just know it. For you guys, though, nobody's stolen or taking anything that you're doing, and you're not taking from anybody else. And I love that. I really love your sound.
Damn it, that means we got to start writing a little bit better so people want to start copying us.
Well, if you guys need to know, I have a friend that's over in Japan. He has worked with the guys from Bad Omens on almost everything that his band has created. So if you ever need to have an in, I can get you in touch with him. His name is Taylor Berry, a very easy name to remember. Kind of sounds like Bradbury, doesn't it? Isn't it insane? Yeah. But yeah, he's part of the band Black Sound, and they perform with all of let's see. So it's Noah's, most of the time it's Noah's stuff they're working with in the studio, but it's the whole band, like they record with them. So like they're getting the in of the all ins right now.
No way. Okay.
Yeah.
What was this band's name called?
That was Black Sound. I interviewed them 10th or 11th last year. So if you want to go and find that interview, it's a pretty fascinating one that everyone skipped over. And I'm like, he knows Noah Sebastian.
I'll check him out. I think I just found him here.
He had Chipotle in California with Noah Sebastian.
That is pretty funny.
I know, right? Crazy. Now they're friends. But either way, guys, thank you guys for being here. Thank all of you guys for watching. All the fans of this band, you guys already know who you are here to support, and you got nothing but great people. You're getting amazing people with passion, which is all I promote on this podcast. So much alliteration right there. Just had to throw it in at the end. Mike, Tony, it's been an absolute privilege to be with you for this little bit of time. I'm so glad the Ducks won. I would have been so disappointed to watch you quit the chat because they fucking lose.
I gotta go.
Just sorry guys, I gotta go.
Can't talk right now.
Seriously guys, thank you so much for being here. This was awesome, and for all of you guys that are watching, I hope all of you have an amazing night and stay safe out there. Peace.